Hello, Cancer. This video is going to be a weekly forecast, a horoscope for the week ahead for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please take it as it resonates and leave the rest for others, as I am in the collective with the sign of Cancer here. I do thank you guys for joining in live or on replay on Facebook or on YouTube. Thank you, thank you. I do want to let you know that this is an 18 over broadcast, and I am aligned with love and light and God, and I'm here of service of the greatest and highest good of all of you guys, Cancer. So thank you for allowing me to be of service in this way for you. I do appreciate that. I'm just grabbing some cards to pull some vibes for you, for others in your life, and then a tip to have a smoother week. Wow. It looks like you might have some things going on. Okay, so check this out. Now, before I even got started, what is going on with my little baby hairs? Who knows? Before I even got started, I was feeling into the energy of Cancer. And I was recognizing like some very isolated energy. It felt a lot like solitude, you know, like Cancer has blinders on at this time, doesn't really know what's going on with other people in their lives. You know, I kind of feel like you might just be very focused on what you have going on and not necessarily aware of others. I felt this. And, you know, sometimes we just assume other people are fine, just like when we're going through it and we go, how come nobody's, you know, inviting me to all this stuff? You know, how come nobody's calling me, whatever, because they think you're fine, right? I kind of feel like Cancer, you think your friends, your family, your people that are close to you, yeah, you think they're fine, but they might be going through some stuff, okay? I feel like you're focusing on you, and maybe you're like, well, Heidi, I'm going through some stuff, you know? Okay, hey, go through your stuff. Go through your stuff and focus on you, because you are the most important person in your life, Cancer. You certainly are, okay? But I feel there's a separation, and kind of like you're putting just this brick wall around yourself. Maybe you're inside your shell, right? And outside of your shell, there's like a heck of a lot of stuff going on that you have no idea about. That's what I feel like. That's really what I feel for Cancer, because you've been focused on you for a while, and maybe that's as it should be, okay? So your energy for the week ahead, you have Major Arcana number 5, the Hierophant. So major arcanas represent major happenings in our lives, okay? So the Hierophant is an amazing card to have. The number 5 is about change, okay? So really embodying the changes that you are integrating here. This person is smiling. Again, this is a solo card. This person is alone on the card in connection with spirit, okay? So maybe you've been really focusing on your meditation practice, your religion, your worship, your learning, your higher learning. This could indicate college, personal development, many different things. Ascension here. Ultimately, you focusing on what you can do to walk towards your, you know, chosen path. Okay, so I see this here for Cancer. Amazing card. When the outer world lets us down, we turn inward and we find God in there, okay? And we begin to love ourselves and meet ourselves where we need to be met, okay? We begin to hold a healthier energy. That's what I feel for Cancer here. I feel like Cancer has been doing this and is really holding this healthier state of energy as you do ascend on whatever type of a path you're moving down, okay? However, I feel like you've had some kind of blinders on, and maybe it's with good reason. Maybe other people bring you down. Maybe they have stuff going on. Maybe your life is just like something you've really been actively working towards improving, okay? I see this here, how important it is for you to focus on your needs, your spiritual nature, and your up-leveling. I feel how potentially if you're stagnant, then you're going backwards, right? So as long as you're moving forwards, like I'm reading a chapter a week, or, you know, I'm learning a new something every day. You know, I feel like Cancer is progressing in a number of ways, but it's a very solitary path, okay? So other people in your life this week, in the grip. How crazy is that, right? So you and them, your energy and their energy. Now, I want to remind you that this card really highlights with significance the connection that you have to the divine. There are steps there. You know the light is there. You can get there. You're in connection and you know it. And your folks might not have that, okay? So I really want to give this to Cancer, the Cancer who is catching this video, that you have a certain spiritual connection that others in your life are failing to acknowledge within their own experience at this time. Okay, so I feel like you're being tapped as a prayer warrior of sorts, not to vibe on the worry frequency because, oh my gosh, my people are going through stuff, but to lift that stuff up to God, the God that you understand, because that's who shows up for your prayers and your stresses. So giving that worry, care, stress, people in your life who are having a hard time, this can indicate addiction, manipulation, lying, cheating, stealing, someone who's really going through a hard time in whatever number of ways, right? Maybe it's not even something we can speak about. They're in the grip of struggle, in the grip of stress, hardship. Who knows what they're in the grip of? Spirit is suggesting that you lift those people up in prayer. Call in God. Call in the angels. Call in and use all the kinds of divine or spiritual tools that you have at your disposal to send them this way, okay? Rather than resonating on the same kind of a frequency as this by worrying, right? Being fearful, right? Instead of coming from a place of fear and resonating on the same wavelength, I feel like Cancer has the opportunity to come at it from a different place, a different state of being, to lift it up in prayer, lift it up to God, maybe even drop some nuggets in, okay, that could sway whatever this energy is, okay? So final guidance here from Spirit for Cancer for the week ahead is the 8 of Clubs. So the 8 of Clubs could indicate arrows of love, okay? But that's you shooting those loving arrows out to people who just need uplifted. They need some love. They need some movement in a positive direction. And that is exactly what this 8 of Clubs also signifies. Movement in a positive direction. Togetherness. Okay. Different personalities that can come together and create something beautiful. So let's say you have this great idea to invite your friends over who are really going through it. Maybe these are your friends. Maybe these are your romantic partner. Maybe it's a family member. Okay, whomever this is that's stressed or struggling, maybe you're inviting people over just to have fun, just to bond, just to spend time away from their stress and away from their problem, but with you in a different kind of energy, kind of moving in different ways. Okay, allowing that to be something that you can do. You can invite them in, all right? And you can have everybody moving in this different way just to kind of give them a different way of looking at things, a different way of being, a different energy to resonate with. Okay, that's what I feel here. Instead of coming at them and talking about all their problems. Like, fuck your problems. Let's leave them at the door and let's embody some different energy, at least for right now, while we have dinner, while we go out for a movie, whatever this is. We're just spending time and we're reminiscing the past, but we're leaving all the baggage at the door. I feel how you can sway things here, Cancer, if you allow yourself to be that voice, that pivotal force that does do that in that moment. Because if you can make yourself available and be there for people, I really feel how there are people who could stand to unload to you, who trust you, who value your wisdom and your opinion. And maybe they are going through things that they'd rather not speak about, but they would if they felt like you were moved to be there for them. You know, I really feel how this could lighten the load of those burdens, and you can bring some of, you know, source energy or love energy or God energy into the space. Cancer, that's what I have for you. I hope it resonates with you. I'm sending you all the love. And the next sign to be read will be Pisces. So I will see you guys on that video.